Hey, let's talk about the most common reasons why operators are calling our tech support on today's Ham Radio Deluxe video newsletter. I'm Mike, Whiskey Alpha 9, Papa India Echo with Ham Radio Deluxe. If you find this video useful, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell. Okay, well, since things have changed within the application, we're getting some questions, and some folks are reporting things as bugs that aren't bugs because it's changed, and for whatever reason people can't find something or they can't change something. So in today's video newsletter, I'm going to go through probably 3 or 4 of the most common reasons why people have contacted us and just help people understand how to configure things. So one of the things that comes up has to do with my station. So if I go into Tools, Configure My Station, and I've got the N5 HRD club call here as well in my key. And so if I go over here and I want to add my call, I could do it through the lookup, but let's just start from scratch. I'm going to put in the operator call sign. Now the station is N5 HRD, but I'm the operator, so I'm going to put in WA9PIE, and I'm going to put in Mike, which is my name, and I'm going to put in my city, which is Prosper, Texas. But it's asking for city, it's not asking for, well, let's get it spelled correctly. So now I can't enter county or state, and folks are saying, why? You know, let me enter whatever I want there. Well, what we need to do first, though, is select the country. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to select the United States. And when I select the United States, now I'm going to select the state. And now I get a drop down of all the states. And I'll select Texas. Now that I've selected Texas, I can get a drop down of all the counties in Texas, and there's a bundle of them. But I'll select my county, and then I can put in my my zip code. Now I'm good. I'll put in my grid over here, and I'm going to hit the down arrow, so it's going to put, you know, the approximate. It's basically the center of that grid is going to go in here. And I might fill out the rest of this if I need to. But the point here is that there's a reason why the county or state field is grayed out. It's because you first have to select country. Now, true enough, we could move country up, I guess, higher in the list, and we may do that. But that's the reason why if you're trying to set county or state that you're not able to do that until after you set country. So do that first. So that's the first item. Another item that comes up is understanding how things get updated. So I'm going to go from Tools, Configure, HRD Global Settings, and there's a few things that you'll want to be aware of here. First of all, once you get here, purge the QRZ files. We're not using those anymore. And then measurement, you can select miles or kilometers based on what your locality uses. You can see that the zip code database is being used here. You can also see that there's a country list, and what I highly recommend is for people to select the daily or weekly updates here, and if you do that, then the country list gets updated. Now the country list includes a couple things. It includes all of the DXCC countries as well as the CQ. There are 6 additional countries listed in CQDX, and it lists them all in the same file, as well as a list of all the what we call the unique calls. So if you take, for example, K5K. K5K at one point was a Kingman Island de-expedition. Then a couple years later, the same call's being used for a hurricane special events station in Houston or something. So what we do is, or what I do is that I will manage a list of unique calls so they will essentially override some of the other false alarms that you may be getting if you didn't otherwise have it there. So that's really important. That's the date on the file. It's August 6th. I haven't done an update since then. It doesn't change that often, but I do update it when it's necessary. There's a whole bunch of other files that get updated. You should go in and decide that you're going to get them as often as you want to get them. For example, I've had mine set to no automatic updates, but you know, there are certain things about this that you may want to, I don't use POTA and SOTA, but you may want to set those to weekly or monthly updates. That's how the lists get updated. But also when you install the latest version of Ham Radio Deluxe, you'll get those updated automatically as well. The solar data, among the things that are listed here, you'll see the DX cluster, and what that is that we no longer maintain the list of DX cluster servers or nodes. These are all maintained by hamcluster.net, I think it is. And so we just download the list from there. So some folks have contacted us and said, hey, how do I get my DX cluster on your list? And the answer is get it listed on Ham Cluster and it'll automatically get pulled in here. EQSL member lists or the Club Log member list or the Logbook of the World member list. These are the lists of people who have been using Logbook of the World or EQSL, Club Log, and so on. SKCC or FIS or a whole bunch of other things. This is where you update them. So just so that you know kind of where it's coming from, and if you think that your, I don't know, Parks list is stale, go and update it from here. Okay, so another thing that comes up is distance. So if I clicked on, for example, I'm going to go with this one. This is showing over here in the DX cluster, it's showing 2,628 miles and 113 degrees. Over here it's showing 24, 32, and 109 degrees. Question is, why is it different? And the reason is that in the DX cluster we don't do a call sign lookup. So in other words, if you're getting, I don't know, 100,000, well, it's not going to be 100,000, but you could easily get, 10, 20,000 DX spots in a day. You're not going to be doing 10 to 20,000 QRZ lookups. It's not going to happen. They'd probably kill me if I enabled that. So what it does do, though, is that we know what the center of the country is in its coordinates. So these distance and azimuth readings over here are estimates based on the information that's available for that country in general. And in some cases, it might be what someone has entered into their DX cluster profile. So just know, though, that in DX cluster, these are estimates. If I come over to HRD alert, though, we actually are doing lookups for these. We don't do them repeatedly. So if you see this call sign here, KP3H, we've got a lookup here. When KP3H comes up again, we're not going out to do another lookup for KP3H. We already have that lookup, so we've cached it, and we're going to use that information again. So it's an actual lookup. If I come over here and look at azimuth and distance, and I'm going to, just to make it easy, I'm going to bring down the handy dandy find, and I'm going to put in KP3H, and now I can see that call sign here. If I come over here, it says it's 111 degrees, so we got 111 degrees over here at 2175.56 miles. So you'll see that's the same exact thing. And so that lets you know that we're actually using the lookup data in HRD alerts so that we've got an exact location for that grid and for that CQ zone and so on. So those are the things that are that you should know there. So this was just a quick video just to let everybody know about a few things that we're getting common questions about. Everything's working perfectly fine with regards to all these things. So we're going to have another maintenance release out soon, and we expect to get rid of the AVX requirements. So that's good news for everybody. And as of this video, it's the 15th of November. I'm assuming that within the next 3 days, or don't hold me to it, but within the next 3 days or so, we'll have another maintenance release out, getting rid of the AVX2 requirement. So that's the update for this video, and I may do another video here shortly, but I'm Mike, WA9PIE 73.